The most important factor in conversion success is a very tight correlation between your keyword, your ad text, and your landing page. And I'm going to show you some examples of landing pages in a minute. And always test everything in the ad. I'll give you some examples here. So, first of all, there's the keyword in the title, and it doesn't show up here, but if the keyword is in the ad itself, then it's bold, and that gives a little extra emphasis and makes your click-through rate higher. Action verbs are really, really good. You basically want to address the reader in the second person, or the first person, and tell them what you want them to do. The call to action should be really, here's what you should do now. Not just click on the ad, but here's what you should do when you land on the landing page. So here we're saying, get these secrets. Do it now. You notice I've got most of the words capitalized in the ad. Frequently that works better than not capitalizing the words. And then a lot of advertisers don't realize, no, this pertains to the sign up for daily emails. Again, tell them what you want them to do once they get to the landing page. And then many advertisers don't realize that they can put a lot of extra words in the display URL. That doesn't have to be an actual URL. As long as it adheres to the syntax of a correct URL, you can squeeze almost anything in there. So it's a good place to put extra keywords or extra calls to action. So talking about great landing pages, I always say assume that every visitor to your site has adult attention deficit disorder, which means that they don't have time to try to figure out what the page what is on offer on the page. So you have just milliseconds for the visitor to conclude, I've come to the right place. If they do not conclude that, then they're going to go away. They're going to hit the back button, they're going to click on the ad of your competitor. So this is an example that's not gaming specific, but these are pages that we created for our clients. This is an example of a page that people would see if they typed in the search term gallery wrapped photo. So you see up in the upper left hand corner, it says gallery wrapped photo. So person using that search term, clicking on the ad, they get to this page and they say, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Likewise, if they type in wedding photo, this is the page they see. Wedding photo up in the upper left hand corner, obviously a wedding photo. If they type in dog portrait, there it is up in the upper left-hand corner. They have a picture of a dog. Big trick here is, this is one page. We created some technology that creates dynamic pages. So basically, we populate the page with specific information that changes depending on which ad is clicked on. And you'll see in the resources that I'm going to talk about later, I published the code to do this, and I'll be happy to give it to you. Okay, this is a fun one we just discovered, and that is that there are actually many, many hundreds of characters that you can put in your ads that you cannot obtain through the keyboard. Okay, so all of these characters here can be obtained by a method that I'm going to show you in a second, and if you put them in your ads, the ads will stand out more because nobody else is using these. And the easiest way to do it is within Microsoft Word. If you click on, this is the 2007 version, earlier versions have the same capability. If you click on that symbol icon, you get a drop down with all of these characters that you can then paste into a Word document, copy and paste it into an ad. So you can do things like this. You can put bullet points next to your ad. And especially in a competitive field, no one else is doing it, your ad will stand out. This is one I like. That NO character is actually one character. It's the English abbreviation for number. So use it as no. There's actually a character that has 3 letters in it. It only counts as one character. I can't remember what it is, but it's a good one.
You said, what's the point in doing that?
Sorry?
What is the point in doing that?
Well, the one on the... good ad copywriters are constantly trying to squeeze more meaning into a small number of characters. So I've gained 2 extra characters by using that one character that looks like 2.
So the missing information is you have a limited number of characters that you
Right. For those of you who aren't advertising yet, I can't even remember the number. I think it's 140 characters, 135 characters total that you can use in your ad. So if you can use some characters that only occupy one actual character, then you squeeze in a few more. Some guidelines for using these symbols, we're still experimenting with them, but apparently you can only use one per line or else the ad gets rejected. A few of them may not work. I've since found out that the English pound sign does work, so go ahead and use that one, but some of them may not work. Test a lot of variations because some combination will always produce the best click-through rates. And use AdWords Editor to create these ads, not the Google AdWords web interface. AdWords Editor is a free offline tool that Google provides that lets you do all the work you do through the web interface, but like 10 times faster because it's offline. Okay, so I'm going to flip to some kind of gray hat PPC techniques, ones that not too many people know about. First of all, Google's policies I view as guidelines because basically, frequently they do not police the policies. So for example, they say you cannot have words in all capital letters, but we've run ads with capital free and not been shut down for months. So it really depends on how frequently a human comes along and does a review of your ads. So just like everything else, try everything. Google says you can't use superlatives like best unless you can back up that claim on the landing page with some kind of third-party endorsement. Not often policed. And there are many variations of superlatives that will always run fine. So try all of those. If you're in a competitive market where it might make sense for you to include a trademark of your competitor in the ad, even if that competitor has filed for trademark protection with Google, you can sometimes get away with tricks like this, separating the syllables of the word with a hyphen or just putting spaces in between the letters. You can also squeeze in trademark terms using dynamic keyword insertion. I'm not going to go into that, but try it. And all you really need to do is pay close attention and see if you get rejected every now and then, and you'll be surprised to see how long you can get away with a lot of this stuff. Now, these are things that I would definitely not recommend doing. Some of the people in the room probably do it every day, but frequently you can violate all the rules when Google is asleep in Mountain View, California. So many people mount campaigns that only run during sleeping hours Pacific time. And then if you really want to mess with your competitors, you exclude their headquarters location using geotargeting, so they'll never see your ads and they'll never complain. And then you can actually, Google's terms of service say you cannot have multiple campaigns pointing at different domains using the same keywords. Well, you can actually do it, you just get a lot of different accounts. Now I'm going to end with something that happened about 6 months ago that has really revolutionized pay-per-click, and it hasn't gotten a lot of attention yet. Google rolled out about 6 months ago what they call Conversion Optimizer. And it is automated bid management that works really, really well. So basically, all the advertiser does, all you need to do is set a CPA goal. You say, I don't want to pay more than $50 per conversion, and Google, you give me as many conversions as possible at $50 or less. And the Google software says, yes, sir, and goes off and does it. That number, the number of conversions within the past 30 days was just recently lowered to 30. So any of your campaigns that have 30 conversions or more over the previous 30 days can use this conversion optimizer. It's pretty amazing. It automates bids at the keyword level, and also for content campaigns, it actually automates the bidding at the domain level or the page level. So it'll bid exactly the right amount to put your ad on a page such that you will get conversions at or below your CPA target. And the thing that makes this is a free tool, and it beats the very expensive automated bid management software that's out there because of the fact that Google has a lot more internal data than the others. So they know the conversion history of every keyword in their system, and all of your competitors, by the way. And they even vary the bid depending on where the geographic location of the site visitor, whether they're more likely in that city to convert than others.